Have you ever noticed how the second you need to do something important, suddenly everything else feels urgent too? Your room needs cleaning, you're starving, even though you ate it an hour ago, you decide now it's the perfect time to reorganize your desk, and somehow TikTok turns into just a quick 5-minute break that lasts an hour. And then, while you're procrastinating, there's this tiny voice in the back of your head reminding you that you still haven't done the thing you were supposed to do. So now, you're not even fully enjoying the break because part of you feels guilty the entire time. Then, the cycle gets worse. The longer you avoid the task, the bigger and scarier it starts to feel in your mind. A simple assignment turns into this massive impossible thing. Sending one email suddenly feels terrifying. Studying for one test feels like climbing a mountain. And sometimes, procrastination doesn't even look lazy. Sometimes it looks productive. You answer random texts, clean your entire kitchen, organize your notes by color, watch productivity videos, make a perfect to-do list, but still avoid the one thing you actually need to do. That's because procrastination is usually emotional, not logical. Here's the thing about procrastination. Most of the time, you're not actually lazy. Your brain is just trying to avoid discomfort. Big tasks can feel super overwhelming, especially when you don't know where to start or you're scared you won't do it perfectly. So your brain goes looking for quick dopamine instead. Scrolling, snacks, random side quests, literally anything that feels easier and more rewarding in the moment. Your brain loves instant rewards. Homework, work projects, difficult conversations, studying, those things usually don't give immediate satisfaction. TikTok, that's snacks too. Watching one more video, does. So your brain naturally chooses the easier option because it wants relief right now, not long-term results later. And honestly, the reaction is completely normal. Your brain is wired to avoid stress and seek comfort. The problem is that avoiding the task usually makes the anxiety even worse later. Because honestly, starting is usually the hardest part. Once you get going, your brain stops acting like the task is some huge threat. Momentum is powerful. Most of the time, once you begin, continuing feels way easier than sitting there overthinking it. Think about how many times you dreaded doing something for hours, and then once you finally started, you realized it actually wasn't that bad. Sometimes the anticipation is worse than the task itself. Your brain just needed proof that you could handle it. So instead of telling yourself, I need to finish all of this, try this instead. Let me just do it for 5 minutes. That's it. No pressure to finish everything. No pressure to be perfect. Just 5 minutes of starting. Usually, once those 5 minutes are up, you'll realize continuing feels easier than stopping because you've already broken through the hardest part, beginning. And even if you only work for 5 minutes, that's still way better than spending 3 hours feeling bad about not starting. A lot of people think motivation comes first, then action. But honestly, action usually comes first. Motivation tends to show up after you begin, not before. Small progress is still progress. A little effort still counts. And building the habit of starting matters way more than waiting until you feel motivated. You don't need the perfect mood. You don't need the perfect energy. You don't need to suddenly become a completely different person overnight. You just need to start messy, because every big project, every achievement, every finished goal started with someone doing one small, uncomfortable step first. So here's your sign. Close the app, put your phone down, set a timer for 5 minutes, and just start. Even if it's messy, maybe you won't finish everything today. That's okay, but you'll feel so much better knowing you at least started instead of spending the whole day avoiding it and stressing about it. You do not need to have everything figured out before you begin. You just need to take the first small step. Future you will thank you. Subscribe for more.